Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're taking a journey to the highest point on Earth. But, this isn't just about the climb. We're going to be guided by this amazing children's book, Everest, to uncover a side of this legendary mountain that, honestly, most people never get to see.
Okay, so let me ask you something. When I say the word Everest, what's the very first thing that pops into your mind? Go on, think about it for a second. Is it that classic, jagged, snow-covered peak? Or maybe a line of climbers in those super bright jackets?
Yeah, I'm willing to bet a lot of you thought about the climb. And you're not wrong. That's the story we all know and hear about. But here's the thing getting to the summit, that's just one chapter in a much, much bigger story. And today, we're going to explore the whole thing.
So we're going way beyond that familiar narrative of human conquest. We're going to try and discover the mountain's deeper identity, its history, its spirit. And our guide for this whole journey is this absolutely beautiful book. It's so much more than just a book about climbing. It really paints this complete picture of Everest as this geological marvel, a totally unique ecosystem, and a deeply sacred place.
All right, let's dive in. And we're going to start at the very beginning. I mean, way before any human ever set foot on its slopes. We're going to explore the secret life of the mountain itself.
Okay, so let's rewind the clock, and I mean way back. Before humans, before history as we even know it. We're talking geological time here. Just picture this. About 60 million years ago, the landmass that we now call India just slams into Asia, a colossal collision. And this forces the Earth's crust to just buckle and rise up. Over tens of millions of years, this process created the Himalayas. And here's the craziest part. It's not over. Everest is still growing, just a tiny bit, a few millimeters, every single year. It's literally alive.
So when you think of Everest, you're probably picturing this barren world of just rock and ice, right? Well, what if I told you that's not the whole picture? If you look closer, especially in the lower parts, you'd find this surprising hidden world of unique and super resilient flowers. We're talking about species that have figured out how to survive in one of the toughest environments on Earth.
And it doesn't stop with flowers. The mountain is home to this whole cast of amazing creatures. I mean, everything from a tiny little high-altitude jumping spider all the way up to the magnificent and super elusive snow leopard. These animals have evolved in the most incredible ways to just thrive in that extreme cold and thin air. So, what does all this add up to? A living, breathing ecosystem. See, Everest isn't some dead, barren place. The plants and animals here are all connected. They form this complex web of life that is just thriving against all odds. It's a really powerful testament to how incredible nature is at adapting and enduring. Okay, so we've seen the mountain's physical life, but now let's explore its spiritual side. Because for the people who live right in its shadow, Everest is so much more than a pile of rock. It's secret. The local name for Everest is Sagarmatha. And this isn't just, a different name on a map. It carries this incredibly profound meaning, goddess of the sky. For the local cultures, the mountain is a deity, a powerful spiritual presence that you have to respect and revere. And this is where it gets really interesting. Look at this contrast. On one hand, you've got the climber's view. Everest is the ultimate physical challenge, right? Something to be conquered. But then you have the local view. It's Sagarmatha, a goddess to be revered, a sacred place you approach with humility, not some prize to be won. It's just two completely different worlds, two different perspectives, focused on the very same peak. Of course, the human story is absolutely a vital part of Everest's identity. But it's a story with so many different characters, from those legendary pioneers to the creative minds who are helping us understand the mountain right now, today. And you really can't talk about the human story without starting with Edmund, Hillary, and Tenzing Norgay. I mean, their story is just foundational. Back in 1953, they became the first people known to have stood on the summit of the world. Their incredible achievement just completely captured the world's imagination, and it really opened the door for generations of climbers to follow in their footsteps. And hey, we can't tell this story without celebrating the storytellers who made it possible. We're talking about authors Sangma Francis and illustrator Lisk Fang. These are the award-winning talents behind the very book that's guiding us today. It's their work that gives us this rich, multifaceted view, turning all these complex facts into a really accessible and beautiful journey. But, the human chapter on Everest is still being written. And today, that story includes a really difficult and complex challenge, the impact that we're having on the mountain itself. It's pretty simple.
as more and more people have come to climb, they've left a mark, and it's not a good one. There are really two huge threats. First, there's the immediate, very visible problem of litter and waste left behind by expeditions. But on top of that, the global issue of climate change is having a direct, measurable impact on Everest glaciers. It's threatening the very soul of this incredible place.
So, okay, we've looked at the mountain from all these different angles, right? Geologically, biologically, culturally, and the human story. So what are the big takeaways? What does this all mean?
Well, what does a mountain like Everest ultimately teach us? It shows us the just incredible power and beauty of nature. It shows us that unstoppable human spirit of exploration. It teaches us the deep, deep value of respecting different cultures. And maybe, just maybe, the most important lesson of all, it's a powerful reminder of our shared responsibility to protect this planet. And all of that leaves us with one final and really crucial question. The whole story of Everest just brings us into sharp focus. How do we, and I mean all of us as a global community, how do we balance our desire to explore with our duty to protect? How do we keep being inspired by places like this while also making sure we're taking care of them? That's definitely something for all of us to think about.